Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally happening. The Walking Dead is doing a collab with Call of Duty. I have been wanting this for over 10 years at this point. I've been a huge fan of both of these franchises for a long time. They're definitely my two favorite franchises of all time, my two favorite pieces of media. So this is just so huge to me, and I just can't believe it. So I just want to say right off the bat that this is not confirmed. It is just a leaked rumor, but of course it's coming from Hey, I'm Alex on Twitter, and this guy has been very reliable with his leaks. I do believe he's actually just straight up getting it from the game files. So this does sound like this is something we will be getting for Modern Warfare 3, maybe even later for Call of Duty 2024, but most likely this is for Modern Warfare 3. I have no idea when it's going to come. Most likely around the time the Rick series comes out in February. That's just my guess. But I have so many ideas for what this could possibly be, and I want to share all of those ideas in this video because, like, the possibilities are endless. I swear, the possibilities are endless because The Walking Dead is like the perfect thing to collab with, and I can't believe it's taken this long for Call of Duty to collab with them, simply because Call of Duty is very centric on its zombies mode. That has been a huge part of Call of Duty since, you know, World at War. It's a staple at this point for me. I feel like zombies is its own like sub-franchise within Call of Duty. So it makes so much sense to do some sort of a Walking Dead collab, which The Walking Dead is probably the most popular zombie media out there, at least one of the most popular zombie medias out there. So this is just like, it's common sense to me, and there's so many iconic characters in The Walking Dead, so many iconic locations, so many iconic weapons. I mean, doing a collab with them would be the easiest thing ever. Fortnite and also Dying Light 2 recently did collabs with The Walking Dead where they added a couple skins and a couple items from The Walking Dead there. So I guess Call of Duty just was the next one to do it. They just said, screw it, let's do a collab now. And like I said, very happy they're finally doing it. So with this collab, we know at the very least we'd be getting skins, like of course the bundles. So think of like the Boys event, for example. They had 3 different characters that they had their own separate bundle for, and that's the least amount of content we get for this collab. I don't think it would be any less than that. They're not going to do just one character and that's it. It would likely be at least 3 characters, and my guess for who those 3 characters are going to be, I would say Rick, Michonne, and Negan. And the reason I say those 3 characters is because Rick and Michonne have their new show coming out in February, like I said, so it makes sense to have those 2 characters be there. And then Negan, because they're going to want a character on the other team, because of course they usually put like the good guys on one team and the bad guys on the other side. That's how the operator system works within Modern Warfare 3. So they're probably going to want to have one of the, you know, villains there, of course, and Negan is a villain for most of The Walking Dead, obviously. So, actually not even really most of it, but you know what I mean. He's a villain for a portion of The Walking Dead, so putting him there would make sense. They could do Daryl as well. I'm not sure if they would also do Daryl, but to me, those are like the most iconic Walking Dead characters. They would also like to have, of course, a female character, which is why I said Michonne, and also because, like I said, her show's coming out soon as well. And Maggie is someone that they could also do, but I just don't see that happening personally, just because I don't think she's as well loved as someone like Michonne is. And then for weapons, obviously you can go with your iconic weapons like Rick's Colt Python. That's a pretty obvious one. They can just reskin the current revolver in the game and make it look more like Rick's Colt Python. They could also do Rick's AK-47, which he's used very frequently. Of course, that would just be one of the cast-off variants. It would very simple. Just make a blueprint of it, make it just look like the gun that he was using itself. He also used a couple other guns here and there in the series that definitely have an iconic look to it. You can also use like a melee weapon, like his iconic hatchet. Michonne's pretty easy, do the katana. Michonne doesn't really use guns that often though, so I'm not sure what gun they would use for her. They can really just throw in any gun and just have it, maybe a gun she's used before. Like I said, she hasn't really used that many guns. She did use a sniper quite a few times in like season 7 and 8, so maybe they could just add a sniper for her bundle. That would be kind of cool. Negan, definitely Lucille. That's an obvious one as well. That's like a no-brainer. But you can also throw in for the gun. Honestly, there was like one really cool like tiny gun he used in the season 7 finale, and it kind of looks like it could be like the WSP Swarm in this game. Maybe they can have like a variant of that, a blueprint of that, and have that as his weapon. Not sure. Daryl, obviously, crossbow, no shit. That's the very obvious one. And if they want to throw in a melee weapon, they can throw his knives in. You know, there's a lot of iconic weapons in this franchise that they can go with. And in terms of outfits for these characters, I mean, Rick, I think they'd probably go with the murder jacket from season 5. I think that would be his coolest look for sure. Negan is obviously the, you know, season 7 leather jacket. Daryl's is, you know, his vest, his iconic vest. And the Michonne, I mean, she's had some iconic looks. I think you just go with any of them, really. I think most of them are fine. I don't think really any of them stand out above the other ones. Maybe her, like, season 2 and 3 look would be really cool. Like, she was in that, like, last scene of season 2, one of the scenes where she had the hoodie. I think that would be kind of cool, but you don't really need to do any of those ones. There's plenty of outfits that would work just fine with her. And honestly, like, I hope they go so far with this and have a lot of different outfits for these characters as well. They're probably not going to do that. It's probably just going to be the one skin and that's it, like they do for pretty much every other collab. But I mean, how cool would that be if Rick had, like, not only his season 5 look, but his season 9 look as well? Maybe his look, he's going to have a new show with the CRM jacket. Like, there's so many different looks they can do, and I really wish they would just go far with that and have all the different looks. But like I said, it's probably just going to be one look, and if we have to pick and choose, I'd probably prefer the season 5 murder jacket look. And then just like the boys, I do hope they also do an event, because I think The Walking Dead is big enough to actually have an event included with it. And especially with its, you know, relation to zombies, it would make perfect sense to have an event there for The Walking Dead. Not all collabs do events. Obviously, we didn't see a collab for the, you know, the Evil Dead bundle. We didn't see a collab for a lot of different bundles that they add actually. But the boys had a pretty cool event, so yeah, why not do that? Or they can just do a battle pass themed around The Walking Dead. I mean, that would blow my mind, obviously. But we had the Spawn themed bundle with, or battle pass with season 6, so they could do something like that as well. But I would love to see just a full event where you just have like a bunch of challenges, maybe in zombies specifically. Making it a zombie specific event actually would make a lot of sense, and then you could have some sort of a cool like Walking Dead themed camo that you get out of it. Or maybe that's how you unlock some iconic weapon. You unlock it through a bunch of challenges, stuff like that. There's endless possibilities, man. And I'm freaking out over all the endless possibilities here for what they can do. And now let's start getting into the very unlikely territory where these things probably won't happen, but I'm going to bring up the ideas anyways because they would be so cool. And again, it would be such a missed opportunity because, like I said, the Walking Dead zombie connection, just, it makes perfect sense to do a lot with this event. So remember back during Black Ops Cold War's life cycle where we had the Die Hard collab. They also did a collab with Rambo, but it was more so centered around the Die Hard stuff because they even had a mode called Die Hard Point in multiplayer. But the biggest thing they did was actually add the Die Hard tower itself, the tower that's in the movie, like almost a one-to-one replica of it. I'm not exactly one-to-one, but very close, of that tower in Warzone on the Verdansk. That was so cool. One of the coolest collabs they've ever done in Call of Duty history. I would say probably the coolest one because of that alone. And I mean, just it's a way to make this collab more than just a bundle. That's what I really want them to do. Don't make it just some skins and some challenges. That's it. I want more than that. And imagine they add some iconic Walking Dead locations to the Urkistan map, which of course we can use in zombies as well as in Warzone. That would blow my mind. And it makes perfect sense because there's so many iconic locations from The Walking Dead that you can just look at it and be like, yes, that is an iconic location. And some of the locations actually would fit rather well with Urkistan. Just the way the map looks, the way it feels, certain locations would fit just fine. Think of like the Sanctuary, for example. That would look perfectly fine in this map. You can easily shove that in somewhere, especially an area that has, you know, more grassy lands maybe. Just put it there and it'll just look like part of the map. Like, it won't even look that out of place. Like, you could say, like with the Vought Tower, for example, a lot of people wanted the Vought Tower to be added to Al Mazrah for the whole boys crossover event. Everyone's like, oh, why didn't they do anything with the boys? They didn't have any sort of a new like location added. Like, they could have added the Vought Tower, for example, but that would look kind of out of place in that map. It just wouldn't really like fit, you know what I mean? But a Walking Dead location, especially in Urkistan, like, it would look just fine. The prison as well, you could easily find a place on that map for the Walking Dead prison, have it look just like the prison, have the same layout, and like I said, it would look just fine. And it would be in zombies as well, so having that location in zombies where you can now fight in a Walking Dead place in zombies, it's just, it blows my mind to think about. Less likely, but still possible, they could also do, you know, Alexandria, the Hilltop, locations like that are also very iconic, but maybe it would be a little bit less in place with the rest of the map. But I think the Sanctuary and prison definitely would fit the best out of anything. Now, this is where we're getting to territory of like, it's definitely not going to happen, but I mean, again, would blow my mind if it did. So there's rumors of round-based zombies coming to Modern Warfare 3, and I don't know how, you know, reliable those rumors are, but they're definitely there. Well, imagine if they took these locations, let's say they added them to this map, but they also were specifically making these locations as a round-based map. Imagine getting to play the Walking Dead prison, but in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies round-based. That would be like, I would it would be like, they would just be amazing. It would be straight up just amazing. The closest we've gotten to that is Black Ops 3's Custom Zombies does actually have a few maps set in Walking Dead locations. There actually already is a prison map as well as Sanctuary, but those are custom maps, and as much as I really enjoy Custom Zombies maps, it's never going to feel the same as playing an officially made map like that. That's a very different experience. It's always going to be. And honestly, like, I don't really care if it connects to like the main Ether storyline that's going on right now. I really don't care. I don't think every single thing they do within Zombies has to connect to this wider storyline. They can do just one-off fun maps that are just its own thing. So if they do a Walking Dead centric prison map, just have it be that. You don't have to throw in a full storyline. You can have a bunch of stuff on the map, sure, but don't throw in a bunch of story stuff that connects to the main universe. Just have it be its own thing. I don't really see why they can't do that more often. I mean, they did that with Dead Ops Arcade. Dead Ops Arcade is very much its own thing, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. Do more of that. I'm fine with that. You don't have to have everything be like, oh, this is the next big chapter in the story. No, it's fine if it just doesn't connect. I would be completely okay with that. All in all, those are just my opinions on what they should do with this Walking Dead Call of Duty collab. Regardless, I'm going to be excited for it, and regardless, I think it's going to be awesome no matter what they do. I just hope they go a little bit further with it than just doing bundles, because that would be a little disappointing if it's just a bundle. Especially if it's only one bundle, I would be like really disappointed. But hopefully it's at least 3 bundles. Hopefully we get a whole event with it as well. And if we even go even further and actually have those locations, I mean, I would be very happy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will see you guys all in my next one. Peace out.